Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the...
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at one of the 1985 Autobot mini-bots, and that is of course Beachcomber. So, because he's a little mini-bot, this shouldn't take too long, but we're going to have a look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. I'm going to show you the two known variants that were officially released by Hasbro, which we've got in front of us, and I've also got quite a rare, to be honest, bootleg version released in the 80s as well in Spain, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So, here we go then. 1985, Series 2 of the Generation 1 continuity of figures. And a brilliant, brilliant little figure. So simple, so clever. But yeah, just looks really good. I mean, if you want to say about articulation, you can spin his arms all the way around. He's got a bit of a knee tilt, which of course it is just mainly for transformation purposes. But he looks really good. It is incredibly super simple, obviously, to transform him. What I will do though is fold this leg back just to show you that some people perhaps might not even be aware of this. See, there's a gap there, and that is because it's not in the instructions, but you can actually, once you've pulled his legs out, you can pull this down a little bit as well, so it gives him just an extra millimetre or two, which of course when you're talking about mini bots makes a big difference. So he's got his rub sign because he's 1985, and then this is one of the variants. You can see on the side there that it says Hasbro, and you've got half mesh. Now on the other one, and again this is a known variant, you've just got all mesh, which you can see. So that's the known variants that you'll see. Even if you've got a Sage A1, as I say, this is pretty much known. That's the differences there. The robot mode, as I say, it's simple. It does exactly what you want it to. You're looking out obviously for the rub sign on it, and of course the stickers, otherwise it's very dull. There's other things to be aware of, but they're more prominent when in the alternate mode. The alternate mode is a beautiful little dune buggy. So you've obviously got some metal in here that can get corroded. You can also see that these tires unfortunately are starting to perish away because they are in fact rubber. Lots of times these headlights are actually snapped off, and sometimes it can even be missing the roll cage, unfortunately. There's a brilliant example there. You can see I've deliberately done that to show you that the legs have been pulled out, and then you can just clip them back in. So they don't just, well, they do just literally fold out, but you can pull them forwards as well. And of course, make sure everything's clicked into place. There we go. Before we go on to this guy, he's had another decent release down the Generations line. This was, of course, the Power of the Primes version in 2017. And at the moment, this is what I would class as his best release. But though we might be getting a new one of him, hopefully, because the latest releases of all the mini-bots have been fantastic. Okay, onto this guy. I've had loads of questions about this guy on my Instagram, and let's have a look at him. So he is still known as Beachcomber. This is from a Spanish company, and it's spelled G-I-S-M-A, but it's pronounced Gisima. And as you can see, yes, it is clearly counterfeit, but it is intended basically to be the cheapest production they can get of Beachcomber. So there's no metal, there's no screws, there's nothing like that at all. They used to retail for about 1,000 pesetas, which is not even currency anymore, but it's still less than $1 would have been over, well, in the 80s. Transformation purposes, process and everything is exactly the same. As you can see, there's just literally no money spent on it. You've got a little sticker there. There's not even any deco on the face. You can fold the legs out. I'm just going to do this super careful, even though it's all plastic. So everything else is exactly the same. It's just... they've literally spent, as I say, no money on it or the production. Again, under $1 this would have cost if you'd have brought it back then. And of course it used a rather crazy colour scheme, but they still managed to get a couple of different lots of stickers on it. And yeah, I suppose it's just the mini bots. There's a huge rabbit hole. You can see here that the wheels are just held on by plastic rivets. Again, no screws, but otherwise it's pretty much identical, just at a much cheaper rate. Well, there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed looking at him. Hope you found it educational, especially everybody on Instagram who was asking for me to do the video on him. Yeah, unfortunately, obviously I haven't got a carded one yet, but that's something to look forward to, maybe getting in the future. But there he is anyway, the 1985 mini-bot Beachcomber. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe.